that disciplinary procedure. And you mentioned there is an expert panel. The industry is saying that when a major decision is to be made, you would consult the expert panel. The government has promised that it will do that. I raise this point because between the industry and the appeals committee, the industry wants to ensure that there is a fair and just system. So we don't know whether or not you can come up with some measure that can allay the concern of the industry. I think starting from paragraph 10, disciplinary procedure, I think we have reiterated many times that migrating from a supervisory system to a licensing regime, what we want to establish is that the public will have the confidence that this is an impartial, procedure. So we insist, therefore, that the disciplinary decision should be made by the staff of the IIA, and that members of the industry will not be directly involved. However, as the chairman and Mr. Chen had pointed out, we understand that the industry has told us that there might be complex situations where the IIA staff may not have access to all the information or the required experience. So during the consultation period, we already proposed that we set up an expert panel. And this panel, the function of this panel is that when the IA believes that they don't have the relevant expertise in-house in relation to a particular case to make a disciplinary decision, then it can consult the views of the expert panel, and the expert panel will be represented by members of the industry. So the design of the mechanism is that we hope we'll be able to obtain professional inputs from the industry, but the decision still is entirely to be made by the staff of the IIA. And I must reiterate once again that the IIA staff may not always be laymen. The IIA may also appoint people with relevant experience to join the authority. And as I said, there is actually a committee comprising the industry and the three regulators. We understand fully that we have an old system and a new system, and there's a lot of uncertainties giving rise to concern. And the issue of disciplinary sanction is also a major concern for the industry. So the committee certainly can have further discussion on the details regarding such procedures. As to how these procedures are going to be enforced, the IIA will have the responsibility to publish, a manual, and I'm sure they will consult the trade before they publish that. Looking at the regulators in Hong Kong and overseas, when they prepare such, guidelines, they certainly would consult the industry. So having balanced the views from all the stakeholders, we believe that the present approach is the best approach. Any further questions? I understand we've now come to this stage, and you've stated clearly that whether it's the question of best interests or whether before we go to the appeal or before a decision is made, there's still a lot of room for negotiation, because you already have the expert panel. As to when you will consult the expert panel, we can certainly discuss this question with the IIA. I hope that there could be more discussion, so that for the guidelines and the so that we can work out the guidelines and the procedures. The trade simply want to do a good job. We don't want to get, it's not our intention to let the culprits, go free.